Have you ever felt like God is so far away that it almost seems like he's forgotten about you? Like no matter how hard you try, you just can't pray, you can't open your Bible, and you don't even know what to say to him anymore. You're not alone, and trust me, it's a dangerous place to stay in. Today, we're going to talk about spiritual dryness. That season when nothing seems to work. You want to pray, but you just don't feel like it. You know you should open your Bible, but laziness creeps in, and before you know it, days go by without a single verse. It feels like everyone around you is hearing God's voice, but for you, it's only silence. Imagine this. You wake up every day knowing you need God. Deep down, you know your life depends on him, but you just can't bring yourself to spend time with him. So you scroll through social media, you binge watch shows, you tell yourself, I'll pray later, but later never comes. Days turn into weeks, and that quiet voice inside grows dimmer. And then the enemy sneaks in, whispering, God doesn't care about you. If he did, wouldn't you feel him? You're not like those spiritual people. Maybe God has given up on you. But here's the truth. God hasn't moved. He's exactly where he's always been. It's your actions, or the lack of them, that are slowly pulling you further away from him. This is how spiritual dryness traps you, by convincing you that doing nothing is harmless. But make no mistake, the longer you stay disconnected, the further your soul drifts from God. Just like any relationship, your connection with God needs intentional time. You wouldn't ignore a close friend for weeks, then show up only when you need a favor, would you? So why do we treat God that way? James 4:8 says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. It starts with you. You don't have to feel motivated to pray. You just need to show up. Pick a time, anytime, and make it your meeting point with God every day. Read a chapter from the Bible, even if it's small. Pray, even if it's just a few words. And remember, it's okay if it feels awkward at first. Just like rebuilding a friendship, it takes time. But I promise, if you show up, God will meet you there. It's simple. Start small. Choose a time, morning, night, during your lunch break. Just make it consistent. Open your Bible, read even a verse or two. If you can't pray long, just sit quietly and let God know you're there. Over time, those small moments add up. You'll find yourself hearing his voice more clearly and feeling his presence more deeply. Don't wait until things get bad to reach out. Spend time with him now, just like you would with a best friend. Because when life gets tough, and it will, those moments with God will be the anchor that keeps you steady. Here's something that worked for me during my dry season. I found a spiritual book to read along with my Bible. It made me excited to learn more about God, and slowly the desire to pray returned. And here's the thing, the breakthrough won't always come in big ways. Sometimes it's in the small moments, the peace that comes after a quick prayer, or the clarity you get from a verse that just clicks with your spirit. Don't underestimate the power of those small, faithful steps. If this message spoke to you, start today. Pick a time, grab your Bible, and just show up. Even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. And if this video encouraged you, share it with someone who needs it too.